Hi, welcome to the channel. My name's Alex. This is my Mitsubishi behind me. I've been doing various things. I've been putting posts. I got a dedicated page on Instagram for the EVO. Obviously, this is a Mitsubishi Evolution. It's a 9 model. It's an FQ360 MR by HKS, limited edition, so it's slightly different to the others. There's only 200 built for the UK market. It was kind of the FQ400 that was out at the time. There was a couple of complaints about lag on it, so they built this one. This is done by Rally Art, same as the 400, but it's slightly different engineering, so it's much quicker to pick up mid-range. So I was kind of looking at the 400, but I thought, well, they're both limited, and this one just appealed to me. I'm predominantly Ford. I've had Fords for years. I've had the Focus RSs, I've had the Escort Cosworth, the Sierra Cosworth, the RS Turbos, the XR3Is, the XR2s, but I just wanted to change. A few years ago I had the Focus RS Mark II, sold that, didn't have anything for a couple of years, and then I thought, well, what should I get? And I thought, well, I'll tell you what, years ago I was in the dealerships, being dealerships, car dealerships for quite a long time. One of my good friends had a MR HKS like this one in grey. Took me out in it. I was sold. Absolutely awesome bit of kit. But they were that was quite a few years ago, and they were quite expensive at the time. Not that they're not now, but then they were. And when I bought this one, they weren't so much. I bought this one in silver. Obviously, you can see it wasn't in the best condition when I bought it. It wasn't mechanically sound, brilliant. It was, service history was good, but cosmetically, no. So I've had to have a few things done on it over the years. When I first got it, I stripped all the bumpers off the bonnet. I had to retrim one of the doors. So we had to have things like the wings sprayed. I had to have the bonnet sprayed. I had to have the bit of the rear wing sprayed. We had to do some of the doors in the end, because obviously with the angles on the EVO change, sometimes it could look like you've not painted it properly. And I had the bumper done, all the various grills and the metal grills and everything done. Same with the bonnet, metal grills as well. So that was all done. But then I kind of rebuilt that, then put it back together, and then put it on the road. I haven't really touched it for about 5 years. Cosmetically, obviously with graphics, they do change frequently, you might notice. Some mornings I wake up and I think, actually, I don't like that graphic anymore. And I just take it off and buy a new one. I've got some new ones on the way at the moment, actually. I've just done, obviously, the Instagram logos, which you've seen a picture of. I've got those on there. So just to quickly run through the EVO. So again, apart from the Rally Art and the the HKS, get my words out, the HKS, it's as it left the factory, kind of. So when it came over from Japan, the HKSs come a bit like they come kind of slightly stripped, and they come with a big box of toys that they bolt together in Mitsubishi in Bristol, or Mitsubishi Portbury, down by the docks in Bristol. So they built them up and then obviously sent them out to wherever, all over the UK. The recent modifications, you've seen me do the engine bay. That was partly brought on by the fact that I've been to a few shows, and kind of looking around the engine bays, I thought I didn't really want to open mine because mine's not brilliant. So I thought, really, this winter I need to sort it out, really. So it needs doing. So I've obviously seen the pictures. I've stripped everything out of it, took all the radiator out, took the intercooler off, various piping, everything like that, all the sensors, and I put with the gearbox, done that as well. That's been repainted, as you've seen. Repainted all the rear inlet, well, that's been painted as well. So I've done it in the, well, it was supposed to be kind of a copper colour, but it's come out a bit goldy. But I've done all the fuel pipes, fuel lines, or any sort of little bits and bobs I can do. The back of the air filter, I've painted those as well. But got a couple of graphics for it, done that as well. Obviously, as you've seen the HKS, that's been painted again. I did that originally when it said HKS MR on it, but that's come off over the years, and the paint wasn't very good that I did it with in the first place, so that's had to be redone. It does have modifications wise. I know the pictures are a bit out of date, so it does have the full extreme carbon kit on it. So it has the side skirts, it has the rear bumper skirts or spats, or whichever way you want to call them, and the spats are on the body kit actually on the lower sills. It's had the rear carbon spoiler as well. I wanted that partly because I am from the rally background, followed rallying for years, but I was kind of going, I like the rally look, that's why I've got the graphics on it, but I like the street look as well. So I was trying to find somewhere in between. So I thought with the side skirts and that gives it a bit more of a street look, and the graphics give it the rally look, which I'm kind of going for. Interior is all fine, nothing wrong with the interior. Interior is absolutely perfect. Apart from I may put a quick shift in it, which I can do a video on, because newer vehicles just change gear quicker than the EVO. You know, they've got semi-automatic flippy paddles. That's not. That's old school rally gearbox basically. So it's good. 6 speeds all right. Obviously not as strong as the 5. Got to be a bit positive with it. But make sure you run it through the gears properly, otherwise it will miss, which I've done a few times, embarrassingly. But no, apart from that, it drives really well. So I wanted something between an Escort and a Sierra Cosworth. It's made me sound like a Ford person, but I love Mitsubishi, it's great. So the EVO kind of fitted the bill really. You know, it had the handling of the Escort Cosworth, although better because it's obviously got the AYC on it. But I wanted something that felt and had the speed of the two-wheel drive Sapphire. Now this thing certainly has the speed, that's for sure. I've not driven a car like it. It's the way it picks up, the way it goes is brilliant. It's 365 brake, 360 standard. The only thing I've really done on it, it's got should we say special cat. It's got that on it. It's obviously got the induction kit as well, and it's all. I make sure it's all regularly. It's got proper spark plugs, all that sort of thing. All that's done. The only thing I haven't done frequently enough, really, as you've seen the pictures, and apologise for that the diff oils haven't been changed enough. So that's why I've just done those, because they were. I did a test on some oil, and it was not the colour it should have been. So that was not brilliant. So I've just done those on it. I'm just doing the underside at the moment. It was done about 5 or 6 years ago when I first got it, but it only comes out in the summer. I haven't done many miles, generally summer use, but it's just flaking off, and it just needs redoing really. Hence the reason. I mean, the thing with the shock absorbers, I gave those a polish. I didn't take them off last time I did it, but they're just, well, as you saw, or as can see in the pictures, they're not in good condition. I mean, structurally, I've given them a test. They're solid, absolutely solid, but the paint just makes them look horrendous. So I've stripped those down. Obviously, I'll put some extra videos. Got some videos of some spraying and painting and all that sort of thing. I can quick time-lapse video I can put on that I'm doing at the moment. The front subframe is all painted. Lower arms I've got to do. Steering rack, I've kind of done a bit of it because you can't quite get to it. Just working down the car, I've done the rear, so I've done the centre heat shield, like the prop shaft. I'm going to the rear next. That's going to need a bit of work doing. I don't tend to take too much apart because I don't fully know this vehicle yet. I know it sounds silly about it for 7 years, but it's the back of it is a bit, shall we say, different to what I'm used to. It's got the AYC and everything on it. I've changed the diff oil, that's been done. But say the AYC fluid and all that, that's kind of a Japanese art that I don't want to touch. So I'm really just going to be working around everything. I've done it once before, but this time I'm just trying to do a little bit better than last time. It does have poly bushes on the rear, which is good, so I don't have to mess about placing any of those. It does also have the underglow on it. Bring neons back. It's Adam C's fault. It does have the underglow on it, partly because I wanted it years ago when I was younger, but I couldn't. I thought of having tubes and things under my car. I just didn't like the idea of that, and I was well into the rallying side of things, so anything that I added to the car you know, I drive around most of the time with a half tank of fuel because I didn't too much weight in the car, so I didn't want you know, anything I can do to make it quicker, just to be competitive with other people at the time. So plans are so far, so going forward, shock absorbers obviously. We're going to do that. I'm going to paint the front arms and the rear arms. Sorry, I'm going to rear paint the rear as best I can. So I'm hoping to, yes, I might go with the quick shift kit. There's plenty of videos on YouTube about these vehicles. Clutch is not brilliant. I don't want to say that too loud, but the clutch isn't brilliant on it. At some point that's going to need changing. I was going to get someone to do that, but you know, wonders of watching videos on YouTube and things like that, I think I might actually do that myself. I am from a dealership background, so I've got pretty good mechanical understanding and everything. Worked on loads of cars over the years, built RSs, taken them apart, rebuilt them, that sort of thing. I have rebuilt a full car many years ago, but it just takes so much time and cost. So things like that, it's just, I just don't want to do it at the moment, basically. I don't see the point. I did that because it was all, bushes were worn, everything was worn on it, but this one is solid. It's never been a problem, never had a problem with MOT, so that's all been good on it. Looking forward to, you know, getting out in the summer and hopefully showing off this engine bay. Hopefully people will like it, that's the plan. Got the Cusco brace, which I wanted for a long time. I know it's a bit showy as well. I was going to paint it red, but I actually quite like the blue, so I'm going to keep that blue. There's also the fact that on the front the crash bar is missing. Why? I don't know, it's never had an accident, but crash bar is missing. I can only assume at some point somebody's had a bigger intercooler in it, because you can't get the intercooler in. So, but I just wanted something to stiffen up the front. Strut brace really is good, but obviously it just needs a bit. It's funny, I was pushing on the front of the car the other day and you could actually feel it flexing, which is obviously lightweight aluminium as well, isn't it? So that's, again, that's the difference with this one. You've got aluminium roof, aluminium bonnet, aluminium boot, so all that makes it different on the car. I have fitted that number plate on the rear, which I'll take a picture of at some point. It looks awesome. I've never been keen on number plate surrounds, but it looks really good actually. So I've got a couple more graphics coming for the car. I'm not going to bore you with the ins and outs of the HKS. There is a really good video on YouTube. Auto Torque did it. Main man, he was doing it. There's a full review on the HKS. It's different to all the other EVOs. I said it's a UK spec, so that's slightly different. But yeah, I mean, check out the video. I think I got the Auto Torque link in my profile. So if you want to just have a look at that, that'll give you more backstory on the car really. I say they are limited, so check it out. Just quickly show you how she looks at the moment. So it's you've seen the front, back's all undercover, plenty more to do. So here we are, just showing you around now where we are at the moment. Let me just move the chair there. So the engine bay is almost done. You can see it's all back together. It's not looking too bad at the moment. We've got the new Spirit competition on there, which I wanted for a while. All the hoses are in, everything's in. We've got everything in there, all the air filters been refitted. Strut brace has got to go on, but I can't put that on yet because we need to put the suspension back down on the floor as the shocks just drop out. I'm not doing the front shocks because they're quite new. I'll replace those when I got it the first time round. So everything's good on that. Obviously we've got the strut on the front. Obviously you guys have seen the HKS that I've been spraying. Got a new radiator cap, various items around. I've been painting things, tidying things up. I've got the bonnet on, everything like that. That's all been done. So just waiting for a couple more graphics actually. Ordered some graphics yesterday. Just some my Instagram graphics and some other things. So we're just waiting on those. So that's it really, and I will keep you updated with another video. Thank you very much.